Hello, everybody. This is my first live stream. And thank you guys for coming on and joining and hanging out. And here, let me just get this chat going here. Yeah, so bringing you guys into my studio so we can basically just talk about this new song. I think it might be confusing to some of you guys what's going on here, but we're gonna wait for some folks to come. And thank you so much for hanging out. This is it's kind of strange technology. You guys get to just come sit in my lab here, and usually I'm in here by myself every day. But now as COVID's opening back up, we get to collaborate a little more. So I did my first maskless collaboration last week, which was a little weird, but tried to stay distance, not share coffee cups. And yeah, so I'm Barry Zito, and kind of forgot that I'm an athlete, to be totally honest with you. I need to remember that a little more, be more into sports conversations, because friends of mine now even ask me like, hey man, so what do you think about that pitching thing that they're doing? Or, what do you think about that new rule they're going to do? And oh yeah, I got to Google that, man. I don't know. So my friends are constantly keeping me up to date, and then I'll just Google things and come back. So, but those of you who have just joined, welcome to the YouTube Live. We are live here in Nashville, Tennessee, in this dark cave of a studio that I built here a couple years ago. It's not quite a home studio. It's not quite a real studio. It's kind of somewhere in between. So it's just really a dream studio for me personally. So, and what else? I kind of miss the ocean. Got to be honest. We have lakes out here in Nashville, but they're just not the same. There is wake surfing, but that is not the same as real surfing. No offense, wake surfers out there. So yeah, I think I came out with some music, and kind of right when I retired, and it was singer-songwriter, acoustic guitar driven stuff. And essentially the goal with the music initially was to just start writing songs, start digging into the craft, and had some amazing collaborators from the start, and wrote some really great songs. That was, in my opinion, my wife was an inspiration behind a lot of those. And so we put those on an EP, and I played those live. And I know some of you probably came to those shows, and that was really scary, playing acoustic guitar, by myself in front of a lot of people, and singing. And there was no like snare drum to hide behind, or like, piano sounds or synths or anything. It was just me. And but my long-term dream that people were unaware of, and I've tried to get this out there a little bit, but my long-term dream has been to produce music. And what does production mean? Production is kind of everything that happens in a song that is not necessarily the lyrics and the melody. And so, and I love to write songs too, which is lyrics and melody, but kind of dorky, nerdy things like, what kind of snare drum is it? Is it a snare drum that's really like tight? Is it a snare drum that's, more like a, like a nice long tail to it? Is it a snap, which happens a lot in pop music? Is it a clap? Whatever. These kind of things are very interesting to me. And what I don't realize is that, or what I didn't realize is that each one of these has a different feeling associated with them. So if you have something and it's, that's one thing, right? This is one thing, right? Feels different. And so you're in charge of all these decisions, and it's super fun. It's not fun when you make the decisions wrong, because then it's really obvious and it makes people uncomfortable. So yeah, so this is kind of what I've been into for about 2.5 years since I wrote my book. Just learning an immense amount of technology, insane amount of technology, which I love because I'm very left-brained. And as my previous baseball career would show at times, I tend to overthink. And so there's actually not really overthinking, I think, when you're learning things and you're being technical, but then you have to turn that part of your brain off to be creative. And so I find that these days I'm toggling between, I think, what I'm really good at, which is left brain. And then I go into right brain, which I'm not as good at, but I'm trying to get better. And that's kind of it. And so this latest song, Broke It, is something that probably you guys may have heard if you heard the old music and you're like, what is happening? Is this guy like trying to be Justin Bieber's, competition? The answer to that is no, because I do know my age, but I am young at heart. So maybe the answer is yes on that front. But for me, my true dream is to co-write and produce young artists and work with artists and help them bring their dreams to reality. And so I'm essentially working as a beta client, right? I'm working for myself. The songwriter is me, but I'm kind of looking at myself as the producer. Okay, that's written. Let's produce this guy. And I brought in a couple of really great guys to help me produce this first song, Broke It, because I've produced some things, but I've never released anything I've produced. And, you have to get some wisdom from people that have been there before you. So Sergio Sanchez and Brandon Blanchard, two wonderful guys, had a blast doing this song with them. And yeah, so that was kind of how we did that. I brought them this song and kind of my sketch arrangement of what I did in the computer. And then they just brought all those amazing sounds to life and helped me sing it correctly. And, it's just great to collaborate and have people there with you when you're doing anything, because we can all be our own worst enemy. And the story behind the song, so in total reality, I've had one broken heart my entire life. And it sounds weird, but I actually prayed for a broken heart because I never got the girls when I was in high school and college. So I kind of got a late start, I guess, dating girls. I started in my 20s, and I never, for whatever reason, I never had that experience of getting dumped, like so many of us do in high school. And then my wife, Amber, she actually dumped me, and we were together for about 4 or 5 months, and we were already talking about marriage, and she dumped me, and it destroyed me. Completely destroyed me. I was like falling on the floor, crying in the middle of the day, like destroyed. It was really terrible. And so I remember going in and out of denial of like to my friends, like, oh yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm better for this. I'm going to be better for it. And so the song Broke It is essentially me talking to the ex, saying that, yeah, I can barely even remember when you broke up with me. What was it, a Tuesday night? I think you said you were done, but I don't know. I think I might have been totally in love with you, but I'm not quite sure if I remember. It's hard to write a song of irony. And so it's hard to write a lyric that seems like you're being kind of sarcastic or tongue in cheek. So yeah, so that's the story behind the song. And it's upbeat and it's fun and it's funk music and pop music and things that have a lot of energy. So that was why I did it. And I'm working on another song. I'm actually cutting the vocal tomorrow too, and it's another song that'll be coming out soon. So the goal is to just keep on coming out with new music and having a blast while I do it. So I hope you guys like it. What else? The music video. We have a little question here. Let's see. I have a 15-year-old cat. This is from Corduroy 311. I have a 15-year-old cat named Zito. It's awesome that 15 years later, I'm still following and being inspired. So I never felt the need to change his name. That's amazing. I don't know if cats like when you change their names, though. So let's not be changing our pet's name, guys, even if we're not inspired. Now, if I turned out to be a total idiot, maybe you should have changed the name actually. So I will take that as a compliment. And then the music video came out, which is super exciting. It was really weird shooting a music video, just to be totally honest. My friend Austin here in Nashville owns this bar called the Rambler, and it just feels like you're back in the 80s. There's like neon on the walls and all these things. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool to hang out and be a part of that. And basically just act like I was a rock star for a second, drinking fake alcohol, a lot of Coke, a lot of burping, a lot of indigestion for the rest of that night. Coke has caffeine in it, which I don't drink Coke, but I realized that evening that Coke has caffeine in it. Didn't understand that, didn't know that. That was a bad mistake. And yeah, so that was basically the deal. I hope you guys like the video. It's kind of funky, and there was a lot more dance moves in the video, but those got left on the cutting room floor. Thank God. What else? You guys have any other questions? Oh, we have a comment from Robert. It says, I'm a great dancer. Thank you, Robert. That touches my heart. It takes one to know one. And what else, guys? We can do some questions. You know, I just kind of wanted to cover the song and the video. And if you guys have any questions about anything, really, music, production, dancing, neon. We have a question. Let's see. What is the best advice you've been given? Best advice I've ever been given. Wow. I mean, not to get too philosophical here, but it would be to not identify my self-worth with my performances or my successes, which can really free you up and allow you to just not take life so seriously and have fun. Because if you screw it all up, doesn't matter. You're still a good person. Easier said than done. And let's see, what else? Any other fun stuff going on here? You guys have any other questions, any comments? Do you like my hat? That's not a Dodger hat. I got a lot of slack on social media a few weeks ago because I had a black LA hat on. And I don't even think about the Dodgers when I see that hat, but apparently a lot of people do. So I will not be doing that again. Let's see. We have a comment. You're beyond amazing all the way around. That's an awesome comment. Never been told that before. Thank you, Amanda. Go Giants. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I got my Giants orange and my A's yellow. And this is not Dodger blue, it's dark blue. And let's see, what else? Do you sing songs in the shower? What songs? I do sing songs in the shower. It's probably just new songs that I'm working on writing. And then, when I sing, it's more sounds like mumbling. So my wife will like be in the bathroom and she hears me and it's just annoying to her. She would probably prefer that I sing out in a big, strong chorus. So, yeah, no big, huge, rock and roll anthems in the shower, unfortunately. And a lot of times my kids are in the shower and they laugh and yell so loud and it echoes off the tile and it drives my ears crazy. So I put my fingers in my ears and then I scream at them, if you really want to know the truth. So yeah. Any other questions, guys, before we go? Just wanted to bring you guys into the studio, kind of hang out. We got all the keyboards over there. And this is a really fun device. This thing, when I'm listening to music, I basically, this is what I'll be listening to a song that I'm working on. And if it's too loud, it'll tell me that it's too loud. And I turn it down so I don't mess my ears up. Very anal about the ears lately. And that's it. Any other questions, guys, before we run off? Thank you for joining. It's been a very good maiden voyage YouTube experience here. Oh yes, we have one question from Mr. Evan Taylor. Sounds like a very interesting man, Evan Taylor. You spent some time with Leanne Rimes on tour. Yes, this is true. Yes, this is true. I did spend time with Leanne. She is pretty awesome. And then she won the Masked Singer. I came in fourth on the Masked Singer and thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then Leanne went and just won the whole thing. So no comments or no surprises there, really. Mr. Evan Taylor said she has been in every genre. That's pretty cool. Did she have any influence on you after her shows? That's pretty cool. I guess I didn't realize that Leanne has been in every genre, but of course I know her hit songs in multiple genres, as we all do. I think Leanne really just showed me that you can do this for 25 years or however long she's been doing it and still love it. And I couldn't say the same for baseball at one point in my life. So I really started to dislike it, but then kind of the love came back around. But working with Leanne was very inspiring because the way that she still just had all this joy while she was doing music, something she'd done, professionally since I think she was 12 or 13, was super inspiring. So, country, pop, Christian dance. Wow. She made dance music. Oh, I got to check that out. Yes. Amanda, amazing fan since the Giants in 08. That's perfect. Yeah, 08 was a bad year. So hopefully you started liking them at the end of 08. 08 was a bad year for me and really for all of us Giants. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, hey, thank you for joining. This has been awesome. Maybe we can do this again as I'm learning technology on YouTube. It's super exciting. And if you guys have any more questions, comments, hit me up on social media. I'm around. I like respond to stuff or, DMs or whatever. And, let me know. Let me know what you think about the songs or music video. You can watch the video here on YouTube, and then you can get the song on all streaming sites. So that is it. I bid you guys a farewell and a happy Wednesday. And we'll see you guys out there in the social media world, no doubt. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Bye-bye.